Greetings, grace-seeking Tarnished, and welcome back to the glorious golden grace of Elden Ring. Last time on Elden Ring, we returned to the lands of Limgrave to finally put out the lights of the long-forgotten Crucible Night. We descended once again to the waterways of the Siofra River and embarked on a grand quest to face the warriors of the Great Jar. Next, we ventured back to the decaying and crumbling lands of Caelid to sightsee in the crystalline grottos of the Celia Hideaway, and got outclassed by a trio of Crystallians. Next, we plunged into the depths of the Starfall crater and emerged in the eternal city of Nokron. After felling the Mimic Tear, we proceed to the ancient ancestral Hollowhorn grounds, where we successfully hunt the regal ancestor spirit. Proceeding forward, we find ourselves in the Siofra aqueducts, and are ambushed by two gnarly golden gargoyles, and after prevailing against them, we ascend the mighty waterfall to find ourselves in the depths of the Deeproot, and come to find ourselves at the throne of the Prince of Death, Godwyn the Golden, first of the fallen demigods. After emerging victorious in Fia's Deathbed Fight Club, we turn our attention to Siluria, Sacred Knight of the Erdtree, and after successfully slaying her, we descend the rapids to find ourselves in Noxtella, the city of eternal night. After passing through the thresholds of the Twilight City, we descend the lift far below to find ourselves on the shores of the Lake of Scarlet Rot, and after traversing the virulent vapors of the lake, we come to find ourselves in the grand cloister of Rot Kindred, and come face to face with Estelle, dweller of the cosmic void. This time, on Elden Ring, I had you guys put it to a vote on which area you'd like to see next between the gilded royal capital of Leyndell or the magma craters of the Volcano Manor, and it seems like you guys are a little on the spicy lethal lava side, so we're off to the grey crags of Mount Gilmer. But before ascending the blistering bluffs, I plan to return to the green grasslands of Limgrave to attend to the Fringefolk hero's grave, which I entirely forgot about, and then we're off to the murky marshlands of Liurnia one final time, for the Carian Study Hall and Renala's Divine Tower, and hopefully the continuation of Mistress Ranni's questline. Beyond that, I plan to turn to the hazel vistas of the Altus Plateau for some cave spelunking and some light grave robbing. After we finish our foul thievery, we'll ascend the treacherous ridges of Mount Gelmer and join the aristocratic table of elites that await at the hallowed grounds of the Volcano Manor. Welcome back to Elden Ring. So before we take off, I just want to show you guys what I've been up to. So if I go in here into my inventory, you will see that I have an absolute motherfucking metric fuck ton of every type of smithing stone imaginable. I also have a shit ton of fucking gloveworts, so when we get into the DLC, we'll be able to mess around with spirit ashes, and be able to upgrade all the weapons and stuff. Beyond that, I want to show you guys my status. My status is level 130. Now, I know that's a little bit high. It's not too high, but it's a little bit overdoing it. But the thing is, my vigor, I'm leaving capped where it is, and 5 of my vigor points are coming from one of my accessories that I have equipped. My mind, I want to increase a little bit more. My endurance, I'm fine with where it is. Strength, I'm fine with where it is. My dex is fine where it is. The majority of my points from now until the end of the game are going to go straight into the intelligence stat. Everything else is absolutely fine. So I'm not going to have an absurd amount of health. I'm not going to be able to tank all the bosses. I'm not going to be able to do any absurd shit like that. So, real quick, I want to go over my gear before we set off. We are using the Blood Misericorde, and I have it at plus 12 currently. And the reason that I've chosen this dagger over every other dagger is the critical value. Now, the critical value, with the skill of Ward that I've equipped on this weapon, should hopefully allow me a very generous amount of iframes. And I think it'll make the gameplay a little bit more varied and a little bit more pressured and a little bit more fast-paced. I also went and fought the Dragonkin warrior in the Lake of Rot. And for those who wanted to see the Lake of Rot, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like the shittiest area of the game by far. You're not missing anything. I fought a Dragonkin warrior, and he was a piece of shit. If you want to know how it went, I died 3 times trying to use one spirit, and then I used the fucking Latenna with the arrows, and I did it on first try, and it wasn't really all that hard. But it was pretty brutal. But this katana has a very unique skill on it. It has something called Frost Lightning. And the Frost Lightning buff is pretty fucking ridiculous. So While this katana doesn't do bleed status proc effect, it is pretty goddamn tasty. It's a pretty damn good katana. Finally, for our heavy, I've decided to go with the Mirai Executioner Sword. And this is going to be very good for literally whittling down really hefty, heavy-duty targets. So, like, anything that doesn't stagger easily, anything that has a ridiculous amount of poise, I'm hoping that I can use this sword to kind of brutalize it. For our offhand, we have the Nox Flowing Sword, and this is so I have a weapon with a lot of range capability, and I'm using this in my offhand. For our Catalyst seal, we're using the Godslayer seal, to boost Black Flame incantations. For our armor, we have the Black Wolf Mask, Radon set, we have the Briar set. And then, these are what I'm rolling into the DLC with. Now, it looks like you may get one more slot, but I'm not sure, I can't remember. So, beyond that, our ashes that we're using is we're going to be using Latenna, and we're going to be using the Banished Knight. And I want to use the Banished Knight to hopefully pressure a lot of targets. So, this wall, we can't go through this wall yet. This wall, if I remember correctly, is tied directly into Mistress Rani's quest line. So we can't do this quite yet. We can't venture forth beyond that blue veil. So we're going to have to wait and save that for later. For now, let's return to the lands of Limgrave, because there's something that we have to do. And it's something, honestly, that I admittedly should have done like fucking forever ago, and I just entirely forgot about it. No, slots, Nick. Slots. We have plenty of sluts in Elden Ring. Me. I'm the top tier slut in this game. Because I get fucked by everything. See how I segued that joke in there? That's what makes me a fucking Twitch streamer, bitch. The shit ain't easy. It ain't easy being cheesy. So check this out. We have the Bloodhound step. So just in case that you thought the quick step was fucking OD, check this shit out. Oh, check that shit out. I forgot about these things. Oh boy. I do not like these things. I even look the part? Thank you. So I've been told. I don't trust you. That's exactly why I don't trust you. Right, so, from what I can tell, there's no way to kill these things. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm pretty sure there isn't. At least I never learned. If there is a way to kill these things, I don't know what it is. And we're probably going to get fisted by these things quite a bit, but I don't think they'll one-shot me with this level of HP. At least I'm hoping not. And this is part of the reason that I didn't come in here super early on. Now, mind you, that does not mean that we're not going to get fucked at all. It's just probably not going to be by the boss. It's going to be by these guys instead. You know what we could do, actually? Yeah, me not learning? Imagine that. So I don't know if we can Bloodhound step this bitch. We might be able to outmaneuver this thing with the insane quickstep, but I don't think that's going to happen. Also, this thing is sentient and autonomous. It knows we're here. So just in case that bothered you a little bit. Okay, that's the part that's going to get scary. Because if that thing hits me, yeah. So I guess you just haven't been around in a minute, and because the Knight Chariot hasn't seen you, he's been like, alright, bitch. Oof. Really? The spikes hurt you. I did not know that. Okay, he turned around really quickly. That surprised the shit out of me, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's be a little bit more careful this time. There we go. Yep. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how they expect you to out-sprint that. Did you know spikes were built to cause pain? Yes, but I didn't think the spikes on the wheel would actually have a hitbox on them. I thought only the wheels would count as a hitbox, but apparently that's not the case. Also, apparently he is much, much faster than he was before. Oh, this has me greatly concerned. Very, very concerned. Where do you go? Okay, he now rolls over this way. Okay. Okay, but there's a stopping point up here, so when does he come back? Let me guess. Well, I'm trying to time his interval. I want to see how long it takes him. Alright, so he's closer to turning around down here than he is up there. That's for damn sure. Okay. I was timing the interval. that it takes. Oh, thanks for killing the dudes for me. That's pretty cool of you, actually. I'm not going to be able to make that. Don't kick me, you bitch. You know what? That's really funny you say that, sir, because that's exactly what I have lightning spear for. Get fucked. Stupid dick. I'm not going to risk running out there and getting run over by a death chariot to fucking hit you. Look at that arrow. It's like right in my shoulder. Oh, did I fuck up the game audio? I did. Thank you, Nick. I fucked up the game audio. God damn it. Thank you for saying something. I would have definitely fucked it. So thank you for saving my stream. Saves me hours of gameplay. I gotta remember to do that. There's so many buttons within OBS that I have to fuck with, and it's just a pain in the ass. Yeah, but that arrow guy is exactly why I'm partially a faith build. I don't fuck around when it comes to the arrow dicks. I do fuck around when it comes to getting dicked down by giant evil death chariots, though. I don't like them very much. Hello. Who's this guy? Who are you? What are you? I know you're evil. I just don't know what you are. Dead as fuck is what you are. Dragon Communion Seal. What does that do? Does that boost the power of dragon incantations? I'm assuming it does, yes? Yes, okay. It's almost like I built this game. I didn't. Kinda like how you forgot to plug the goddamn blender in at home. I don't know what you're talking about. So I think there's a way to kill these chariot things, but I don't know exactly what it is. I never learned that. I'm kinda hoping to learn it when I play this game this time around, but I doubt it's going to happen. Number one, because I have an ability to not learn anything. I have an inability to learn, is what I should say. Oh, so I also did some finagling with my controller. And this is gonna hurt like shit. No, it's not. So I did some finagling with my controller. I went into my console settings, and I turned the communication signal from Bluetooth to USB wired. And I'm hoping that will cease my input delay issue that I've been having. Because from time immemorial, I've always bitched about input delay in From Software games. And people have called me fucking wacky. Like, some people can sense it and other people can't. And it's not very consistent between players, so it always sounds a little bit ludicrous when people mention it. But you think I'm worried about you pricks? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I might care. Get out of here. Oh, chariot's coming for you, buddy. I was gonna say, if my lightning doesn't kill you, the chariot will. I'm not worried about you. Yeah, home ec in 8th grade. I remember that. I definitely remember that. Look at him lurking up there, fucking bastard. You don't have a Mustang or a Ferrari that you could roll at me with? Although, maybe I shouldn't say that. He would just go like 10 times as fast. Because you know he's gonna put spikes on that bitch. There's no way he won't. Oh, we're at the boss already. Okay, that was easier than I thought it'd be. Right, let's try out this new playstyle, shall we? Also rated Tree Spirit. Phenomenal. That's bullshit, dude. These things have like the worst fucking hitboxes I've ever seen in my life. I'm not afraid of you, bitch. I'm not afraid of you for shit. Get the fuck out of here. Mildly afraid. Just kidding. Not afraid. Not afraid. Not gonna lie, it's really nice to have my inputs come out when I actually do them for a fucking change. That is pretty sick. Dude, you have like no hitbox on your side. I'm not worried about you. Not worried about you. Not concerned. Not concerned. Go ahead, bitch. I don't care. Spank me with that AoE. You think I give a shit? That's cute. It's not the heal I want. Ooh. Get fucked. I should have fought this thing like 50 levels ago. Alright, so we got a golden seed and banished knight Oleg. Cool. So I think that is a dual greatsword wielding knight spirit. That might be a little bit objectively better than the halberd wielder. You know what the good news is I can just re-record that entire intro. So you don't have to worry about the game not having audio for like a whole stream. It's only going to be like 3 minutes of no game audio, which is fantastic. So thank you again, Nick. I always fuck that shit up. So we're using our Nox sword for our offhand, and we're using a myriad of weapons for our opposites, pretty much. But we have a jack-of-all-trades tool system going on. So whenever something really big and really scary that I don't like fighting comes around, we just pull out the big dick greatsword and just fucking drill it to death. Alright, so now that this is done, let me remove this marker. We have to do Selen's quest. I unlocked Selen because I finally remembered how, but I don't know how to progress it, and I'm refusing to look up anything. So if we get Selen's quest going, we do, and if we don't, we don't. Oh yeah, it was off to Liurnia next, that's right. We have to go to Renala's tower. You're ready to blow a fuse too, then I walked by and told you that maybe plugging it in would help.